Hey everybody, Dinkles here. You remember me from that other time. You probably came here from Good Morning Magic's video where I worked on a song with Gavin Verhey, because, you know, a lot of people blame him for stuff, but he doesn't actually, he didn't make a lot of those things that we blame him for when we say like, thanks Gavin. It was a really fun song to make. Thank you so much for giving me that opportunity to do that. But you're probably over here now going like, who's this Dinkles guy? What does he do? And I'll tell you what I do. I ask cool people in the Magic community to pick 3 cards and then make them into a song. This being the first example of that happening. I don't have a title or name for like what the series will be or would be, so I'm just gonna call it Pick 3 Freestyle. So we're gonna go with that. He sent me a video, we're gonna watch it together and then cook up, we're gonna do a little bit of bacon and make a song out of it. The song won't have bacon in it because, you know, that's a food and that's not a word. I mean, it is a word you can use in a song. I'm talking too much, I'm vamping. I'm waiting for the video to download, then we can cut to it. So at any point, it could just...
Okay, 3 cards. Any 3 cards, what will they be? Well, I'm gonna start with one that I particularly love, that's very special to me. And the card is Serene Remembrance.
Serene Remembrance?
So Serene Remembrance is a card from Gatecrash. So the first set I was assigned to work on after I got to Wizards, and one of the first cards I ever designed. The story of it is kind of interesting, actually. When I was a kid, I made a bunch of Magic cards. I wanted to be a Magic designer, and so I made them with my friends, and I drafted, and, you know, whatever, we had a good time, and that's where I practiced my skills. I wasn't any good at designing cards at the time, but yeah, I wanted to give it a try. I always wanted to be a Magic designer. So after I got hired by Wizards, you know, a decade later,
as one does,
I went home for holiday break for Thanksgiving, and my mom handed me a tin of these cards I'd made when I was a kid. And I started looking through them. They were ridiculous, right? There's like a card that's like a land that taps for 2 mana or draws you 2 cards. Absolutely ridiculous stuff. But one of the cards in there was Serene Remembrance, and was a card that shuffled 3 cards from a graveyard into a 2's owner's library. And I thought, I don't know, I could make that a card. And I came back, I pitched it to Dave Humphreys, and it got in the set. So it's like a love letter from my young self to my design self, which is...
I'm gonna put that in there for sure.
Another random card that I really like, I guess one of my all-time favorite cards is Fact or Fiction. I love Fact or Fiction because I love the mini game that you play when you cast it, right? You flip it over, your opponent gets in the games, like how do you want to split your piles? The difference of how you split your piles can be a total game-ending decision. I always love casting it. I probably pick it too highly in Cube just because I love playing it so much. It's a real all-timer for me. That card is really special. And then the last card is actually my favorite card of all time, Future Sight. Ooh. I love this card. It's a 5-mana enchantment, and it just kind of lets you just keep playing off the top of your library, and I love it for 3 reasons. 1, it hits all the different player types, whether you're a Johnny Jenny who likes comboing, you can combo decks with it, whether you're Timmy Tammy who just likes big plays, there's big and exciting stuff you can do with it, and if you're a Spike, well, you love the card advantage, so that's pretty cool. 2, I qualified for the Pro Tour with Future Sight in my sideboard, an event that basically nobody else was playing Future Sight in. It was the Fairies, it was in my Fairies deck, Mono Blue Fairies and Extended. I played 2 copies in the sideboard. No one else was playing it at the tournament, basically, and it's how I beat the mirror match. And 3, I just love the flavor. I think the flavor of this card is really cool, kind of showing all of Ixodor's creations. I love the original artwork. So those are 3 cards for you, Dinkles. Looking forward to seeing what you do.
I am at a loss. I'm at a loss. I don't even know where to start with this. Gavin, you gave me too much. Not even that. I loved everything you gave me. Thank you for giving me what you gave me. Hey everybody, Editing Dinkles here. You may be asking yourself, wait, he only said that there were 3 cards that he was choosing from, but he's talking about getting a lot more stuff from Gavin, and that's not really making much sense. Allow me to elaborate. Gavin actually sent me a video that has 12 cards he picked. Each of the first 3 groupings of 3 cards, so the first 9 cards basically, were given in a very unique and cool way that I think it deserves its own video for. So subscribe if you want to see that, because I'm going to be making that video soon too. And we're going to go into much more detail regarding that stuff because it's so good, Gavin. You're so talented. But just know, more than just those 3 cards were sent to me. But for this video specifically, I'm just doing those last 3, and I'll probably cut to me saying like, oh, I'm working on the last 3 right now. But subscribe if you want to go see those other videos, because I'm going to be cooking them up soon, and it's going to be pretty good. It's gonna be pretty dang good if I'm being honest. I'm gonna toot my own horn here. It's gonna be great. So anyway, Editing Dinkles out. I definitely want to work with those last 3 cards that you gave me first, because just I like each of those stories that came along with them. But man, if we don't collaborate and make a song about something soon, I'm gonna lose it. The next convention I go to that you're attending, we're gonna perform a song live. I don't know where. It could be in the middle of the street. It could be at karaoke. Who knows? It's happening. I love it so much. This is great. So technically, it's the same day for me, at least. I haven't slept yet. It is currently 12:20, so, you know, take the wins where you can. I focused and just knocked out the whole song and recorded it and everything, so I need to make a video for it, and then this is me making the behind the scenes / lyrical analysis part of it. So if you want to just watch the video, you can click like here or something, or I'll have the time code below of where you can just skip to get to the song if you just want to hear it full out without any like breakdown or analysis necessarily. But that's what we're doing right now, lyrical breakdown. So starting off the lyrics, the first thing I went with was kind of calling back to the very last thing Gavin had said, which was Future Sight being his favorite card. It has like really cool flavor text. You can see Ixidor just kind of walking around doing some cool stuff. So I started the song saying, homie Ixidor was right. Keep the flavor text, perfect Future Sight. Saying this specifically because Gavin kind of no-scoped it for the track of his life being, I made Magic cards as a kid. Now I make Magic cards. So perfect Future Sight. You kind of lined yourself up for that to be successful, which is great. Line after that following, been making cards since you were a Magic tyke. Probably for the video, I'm going to have a little trike car like a little kid and then put Gavin's face on it. I think it'll be pretty funny. And then no tin could keep those ideas hidden inside. Shall I remind, because like you said, had all those cards in a tin when he was a kid that his mom gave him. So call back to that. A lot of callbacks happening. That's the whole, I think that's the point of this. That's what I'm thinking I'm going to stylize this whole series off of. And then after that, it's going to go kind of into like a sing-songy part where it goes into talk about the green card in the mix, which is the Serene Remembrance. So then I go, yeah, I'm talking about this green mana sorcery straight out of Gatecrash. The Remembrance is so serene. I'm really excited about how that bar turned out because just saying it's green mana sorcery and then the Remembrance was so serene. So like sorcery, so serene. You get it. This guy gets it. Then the other one I had was I don't misconstrue the pass with my embellished diction because I'm just kind of embellishing how I'm saying everything with songs and just adding extra like effort to kind of like what's going on. And it's saying you can take me at my word. Is it fact or fiction? So is it real? Is it fake? If you don't believe me, you don't believe me. I can't control what you think. And then this leading up to another cool line that I was excited for. So going into the next like rapping verse, which is believe it or not, I'm Ripley, like Ripley's Believe It or Not, ripping these lyrics apart. So the flow of that, it's great. You'll understand when you hear the song. You're gonna be like, whoa, I get it. Then I go into say my victory lap is collaborative art because really this whole thing is just working together to be like, hey, what are 3 cards? Just pick them. I'll make a song out of it. We work together, and I like that this is a cool way to tell a story about someone, for someone, with someone. I like it. Working together, igniting a spark, almost like a planeswalker. What's this next line? It's a piece of cake. Planeswalk in the park. It's like a walk in the park, but you're a planeswalker because we collaboratively ignited a spark. Does that make sense? It makes sense to me. I hope it makes sense to you. Next part, tipping my own hat here. Lyrics are smart, like putting a Future Sight in your sideboard, which is, I don't know if you saw the video seconds ago. That's what Gavin did, and it worked for him. So, you know, I'm sure he's really good at Magic. I would imagine that's a very smart thing to do. And then making a game out of a game, stacking 2 stacks, putting one in the grave. Obviously, that's fact or fiction, just explaining the card, but not like saying it. I like that line. It's really cool. Leading kind of out of the song is going to be, it is a fave. Draft in a cube, which he was talking about how it's a great card. He likes to draft it a lot when he plays in cube. Opponents make mistakes. Poor threat assessments let you likely end the game. If you're playing fact or fiction and you make 2 stacks and you got your win condition in one and they pick the other one and you're like, ooh, sweet, got that win con. Let me just play it real quick and sweep. That's the game. That's always the preferred method. But if you do have people that are good at threat assessment, that could be a different story. That leads into the next line after that, which is if they put your win condition in the grave, tap that green, play Serene, shuffle up and try again. If they pitch your win condition, pay that 1, play Serene, boom, puts it right back into your deck. Hopefully, if luck is on your side, you can flip the top card of your deck because you have that Future Sight and potentially play that card back again, or obviously like draw back in it. You're in Simic, you can figure it out. You got options. Now, without further ado, the song. Homie Ixidor was right. Peep the flavor tags, perfect Future Sight. Been making cards since you were a Magic tyke. No tin could keep those ideas hidden inside. Shall I remind? Yeah, I'm talking about this green mana sorcery. Straight out of Get Crash, the remembrance is so serene. Man, I don't misconstrue the past with my embellished diction. You can take me at my word, is it fact or fiction? Believe it or not, I'm ripping these lyrics apart. My victory lap is collaborative art, like working together, igniting a spark. It's a piece of cake, planes walk in the park. Lyrics are smart, like putting the future sight in your sideboard. I'm making a game out of a game, stack 2 stacks, put 1 in the grave. It's a fave, drafted in a cube, opponents make mistakes. More threat assessment likely lets you win the game. And if they put your win condition in the grave, tap that green, play serene, shuffle up and try again. It was so good, wasn't it? Did you enjoy the song? Did you like it? Do you want your own song of 3 cards that have important memories to you that you want kind of like crafted into some type of thing? It may not sound like this one. It may sound completely different, totally different genre. Whatever vibes I get from the story is what I'm gonna kind of go with. So if you want to do that though, or if you know a Magic player that has 3 cards that they deem important, have them make a video and send it my way, or just have them DM me. I could probably talk to them. That makes sense. Thank you again to Gavin for being so awesome and sending me this video so I could make something out of it and come up with a cool song based on 3 cards that are important to you. And if you like what you see, don't forget to just follow me on all platforms. I'm trying to hit that number 1K on YouTube. Obviously, I'd like more, but if I can hit 1,000, that's at least a step in the right direction to make more videos like this and put more time on focusing on making cool and creative things in the Magic community and music overall. So I would greatly appreciate that. But as always, I don't have anything I say at the end of my videos, so if I did have something to say, it would go here, but I don't, so I won't. Bye.
We gotta reschedule. I can make it today. I just got called into my job because the new guy had quit. Wishing that we could all sit down and escape with fantasy, but when you factor in the real world, then you just gotta say, let's reschedule. I can play no more. It's hard to plan a camping session when you're pre-planned short, so we'll just pick another day and then hope for the best. Crossing my fingers, hit my ringer last minute.